The market pulls back, but not really, as the bulls remain in control. This is Invest with Jacob. Okay, guys, so the market tried to pull back with an early morning sell-off into the open that was unable to break any kind of support, as the bulls were able to hold over support until late in the day, where they went down to the 4140 region and then bounced off of that. As long as the market remains over support, the bulls are still in control. I'll get into that in just 1 second, but first, if you're new here, welcome to the show, guys. My name is Jacob Gabbard, and this is Invest with Jacob, where we use Elliott Wave Theory to break down the SP 500 and the NASDAQ. I highly encourage you to hit that subscribe button down below so that you can get our daily S&P updates, our trade setups, and our buy alerts. All right, guys, so as it stands right now, the market is still unable to break support, which means the bulls are still in control. So let's jump into the chart and take a look. Okay, guys, so here we are on the 1-hour futures chart for the S&P 500. And what we're looking at is they kind of moved up. I told you there's a potential for an ABC in yesterday's video, where they'd have an A down, this B up, and then C down to the 4140 area. That's exactly what we saw, and the bulls were able to bounce it from there. And so what we're looking at now is a little bit of a 1-2 setup, where we have wave 3 of 3 done at the 1.0 extension here. We have wave 4 of 3 that pulled back a little bit below the 764, almost to the 618, which is what you expect. And then we have a potential 1 up, okay, and then 2 down here into the 4140 area. Now, they can go as deep as about 4120 on this pullback, but below that, it becomes a little bit less likely that we're going to continue to the upside in this move. So what we look for is this pullback to either hold where it did yesterday or come down to about the 4120 area on the futures chart. If it can hold 4120 and then start higher, we would expect it to top out at about the 4320 area on the ES for all of wave 3. So that is the typical target, the 1618. We would get a lot of juice breaking that 4200 area, which is a ton of resistance, which would create a squeeze, which should push us pretty quickly up through some of these levels and right toward that 4300 level, where it should break through and push toward 4324 overall. Now, from there, we could be topping overall, but that would typically be all of wave 3, and then we look for a wave 4 pullback and then a wave 5 up from there. So right now, the market remains in a bullish posture, as I've said all week. As long as we're over support, the bulls are in control. Now, if they do come down and break 4120, that should be a warning to the bulls. And a break of 4100 is a very strong warning that we should be seeing the 3950 area as a minimum in wave E of the triangle that we've been talking about. So we do have a little bit better of an idea of where we're at, given the pullback that made a new low here and kind of gave us a full wave 2 down. I don't trust diagonals till they play out and I see a pullback. And as long as they can hold support and come back and take out this wave 1 high here at about 4200, then we would look for a pretty strong move, again, toward that 4324 area overall. Obviously, it won't move in a straight line up. It is a 5-wave move, so there will be some zigs and zags in there, but the overall target would be the 4320 area. So pretty cut and dry. Above 4120, very bullish. Below that, less bullish. Below 4100, we should be looking at the 3950 area. Over on the NASDAQ, okay, the NASDAQ was a little bit weaker than ES. It didn't even follow through to its 1.0 extension to the downside. It did hold support, and it is looking to still bear flag out and push higher from here. So the NASDAQ can follow the ES up, okay? And as long as we're above this A-wave low here at the 12,921 area, the NASDAQ does remain in a more immediately bullish posture. If not, we should be looking for at least 12,877, but more likely the 12,500 range or a little bit lower than that. So it's all going to depend on support on the NASDAQ as well. As long as they hold that, we have a bullish posture, and we'd be looking for that 13,500 to 14,000 area up on the NASDAQ as its move from here on up. So this would complete a wave 1. This would complete a wave 1 of 3, and we'd be starting a 3 of 3 higher. That would be a pretty explosive move, again, up toward 14,000 from there. So the NASDAQ does have the ability also to explode higher, especially if it takes out this high. It should have some juice doing that, and it should follow the ES's lead should the ES be able to break over 4,200. Now, again, below this A wave, that is bearish in the short term, not overall, but in the short term, that would point us down toward the 12,700 area before we see support try to hold there. Guys, if you like the information that I put out in these videos and you want real-time market updates from me, you need to check out investwithjacob.com. There's a link down in the description. Go ahead and click that link and it will take you right over to the website. Once you're there, check out our membership plans area. We have 2 incredible plans, and they both come with a 7-day free trial because I want you to get in there. I want you to make sure you love it and become part of our trading team before you ever spend a penny. You can cancel at any time. Okay, we just started our training program, the Elliott Wave for Beginners course. You can see here all of the videos we have. And this is Elliott Wave the way I use it and teach it, and it's included in both memberships. Okay, in our first room, the Invest with Jacob room, you get all of my real-time market updates, all of my buy and sell alerts, all of your Elliott Wave questions answered, a midday video where I go over exactly where we are in the counts and what to expect, as well as the training material you just saw. We trade the SPY and the QQQ, and we swing trade, which means our trades can last anywhere from a few days to a few months. So we don't trade quite as often as a day trading room does. However, if you are interested in day trading as well as individual stocks, you need to check out PT's Throne Room. In there, you get everything you get in the Invest with Jacob room, as well as individual stocks, day trading, and PT's reduced risk binary method that absolutely crushes the market. He gets you in at a cheap price and gets you big multiples on your money, and it's how he structures the trade that's so unique. It's something you kind of have to see to understand, and that's another reason we give you that 7-day free trial. He also started a challenge account where he put $4,000 into an account trading mini ES futures, averaging 3 to 4% gains per week, showing you how to build a small account into a large retirement or savings account. Guys, we would love to have you in these rooms so we can all make money together. Okay, key takeaways for today. Pretty simple. As long as we're above 4120 on the ES, it is bullish. And then as long as we are above 4100, it's a little bit bullish. But if it breaks 4100 on the ES, we should be looking at 3950. If they can hold 4120 and push up and break 4200, we should be looking about 4325 overall for the target. For the NASDAQ, as long as they can hold above this A-wave low at 12,924, the market is bullish, and we would look for an extension higher toward that 13,500 to 14,000 area. However, if they break this low, we would be looking down toward 12,700. Guys, it's the weekend. Grab yourself a drink. Get away from the computer. Have some fun with your family, and I will talk to you next week.